Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's TL13 here, aka the Lucky 13, bringing you guys some more Call of Duty World War II content. And in today's video, you guys, we are going to be talking about Master Prestige and the rewards that come with Master Prestige. So first off, let me just go over what Master Prestige is. So for those of you guys that don't know, there are 10 prestiges in this game. So when you hit level 50 or is it 55? I think it's 55. Whenever you hit level 55, you have the option to prestige, and what that means is you start over, you go back to level 1, and you get an icon that means you are first prestige. So most people know this, but some people don't, so obviously I'm just going to go over it. It doesn't really take that much explaining. So when you do that, you start over, then when you hit 55 again, you actually have to get like a level after 55, but you'll still stay at 55, but it'll say you're eligible to prestige, so then you prestige, and when you hit 10th prestige, that is the final prestige in this game, and when you hit level 55, you do not get the option to prestige over. Instead, right away, it goes to level 56. Not right away, you still have to get the XP again, but you get level 56 rather than prestiging, and after 56 your leveling does not stop. Your leveling takes the exact same amount of XP every single level, which is 58,000 and something. I swear it used to be 56,000. Either that is the weird thing where like things change and like no one notices because we're all part of like alternate universe timelines. What is that? The Mandela effect. I swear the Mandela effect is going on. I swear it used to be 56,000, but it's 58,000 something to level up, and once you hit that, you are prestige master is what it's called, and you have the option to go all the way to level 1000. So obviously that takes a lot of time, a lot of playing. I have 32 days playing time by the time I hit level 1000, actually like 31 and a half, I don't know. Anyways, Master Prestige, it takes a long time to grind there, and you know, when you prestige over, you have to like give up all your weapons, you have to unlock them again. Of course, you keep the attachments and the camos because of the weapon prestige system and the weapon level up system, which is a great inclusion in comparison to like old games, so I love that. But you have to start your levels over, you have to unlock the kill streaks again and everything like that, but of course you get a prestige token as well. So what a prestige token does, it's kind of like the rank unlock token, where you get to unlock a new thing every level you get, but the prestige token lets you unlock it, and you will have that unlocked the whole game. You will not have to use a weapon unlock token or like a level up unlock token again, and you get it no matter your level. So you can unlock the BAR at level 1 when you prestige if you want, and you never have to wait to unlock that gun again. You get to use it the whole time, which is another great feature about prestiging in the modern games. So Master Prestige takes a long time though, a long grind. This takes a long time. This is 10 whole prestiges, so for your average player that takes probably over 10 days. Like, of course, the slower players or people that play like slower game modes, sometimes you just don't get as much XP even if you're a really good player, so it can take much longer. It can take 20 days playing time. It can take a month playing time just to hit Master Prestige. It's a really long grind, guys, and we only get a few things that were just recently introduced, so I want to talk to you guys if these things are worth it. So starting off Master Prestige, the first thing we actually got was the Master Prestige payroll. So if you guys go to the payroll to collect your like male officer thing, you get your 200 armory credits. In Master Prestige, you get 100 extra armory credits every time, so on average that's probably 100 or 200 extra a day, given that most people don't play like every 4 hours just to get it, or every whatever it is. Like, you're probably just getting it like 2 or 3 times, so an extra 200 or 300 armory credits, which, you know, it's nice, it does something, but that is definitely not worth all the grinding. So when that was the first thing we got, it was a huge slap in the face to Master Prestige players, and that just was not worth it. And then of course came the update where we got a ton of Master Prestige rewards. The main things being notable are the weapon camos, and I mean sometimes the uniforms, but mainly the weapon camos is the most notable, as well as you get social score for every 100 levels, which boosted my social level like crazy, and I almost hit max social level with no problem. So the camos and the uniforms, that is specifically what you're going for Master Prestige. So if you guys are thinking about prestiging and you're like, I don't know, 5th, 6th, even 1st, and you're like, yeah, Master Prestige rewards are cool, I want those, but like you're just kind of on the fence, I'm gonna go over them. So they're not exactly like worth it in quotations, because all they are is camos uniforms. They do not improve your skill, they do not give you special like guns that other people can't use. All they are is a look. So all you get from being this Master Prestige is something you already have. You already have the look of having 3 digits on your name or a yellow level, anything like that. So the only thing you get is a visual representation, as if you didn't already have that. So if that's something you guys are interested in, you just like the visual aspect, you don't really care about anything special that you get to use, this is 100% worth it for you. So I just grind Call of Duty all the time, and I want to keep leveling up, so in my opinion it's definitely worth it, because I did it without any rewards. I did it before we had any rewards, and I still would choose to do that now, even if I knew we weren't getting any ever. And that is strictly because I like to level up, and I get kind of bored when I stop leveling up. As I'm now level 1000, I do get a little bored a lot more often than I used to when I was grinding levels. Unfortunately, the uniforms are not anything way too special in comparison to normal uniforms. I've never been a fan of the whole uniform aspect of this game. I don't like getting them from supply drops ever, heroics, epic, legendaries, like anything. I think uniforms were kind of overhyped for certain people. They're like, oh, it looks so cool, and I'm just like, it's still a uniform. I would have rathered a weapon variant, etc. So if you're anything like me, the uniforms are not a big deal. However, the level 1000 uniform is absolutely gorgeous, and I think it makes level 1000 worth it. Like, purely that uniform being the only good uniform I actually care about in the game has made level 1000 worth it to me, because the other Master Prestige uniforms, they look all very similar, but they're like very slowly like changing color, I guess, or like dark and light and etc. And I found that the level 900 one was not that bad, but level 1000 was the only one I actually cared about. So the uniforms are a very small topic. Of course, most people aren't going to get Master Prestige just to have a different uniform. However, if you are grinding levels, it's something to look forward to when you hit level 1000. The main thing that people care about is the weapon camos. So these camos almost always look good, even on like the epic rusty variants, like the Iron Curtain before we got Iron Curtain 2, they still looked very gorgeous, and in my opinion, the level 600 one is the very best camo in the entire game. So if you guys like grinding camos already and you are anything like me, then you've already got Chrome, you've already got Diamond, maybe you've got Chrome Tiger. There's no way I got Chrome Tiger, but when you get these camos, even though I have Chrome, I pretty much never use Chrome anymore. These camos are absolutely gorgeous, and they even glow in the dark when you're in like shadowy parts of the map. You will definitely see a 100% difference in it. So unfortunately, unlike the uniforms, you do not get a weapon camo every 100 levels, you get it every 200 levels. So I believe the system goes level 56, you get one, because that's right when you hit Master Prestige. Then you get one on 200, 400, 600, 800, and 1000. And so for my preferences, most of them don't actually look too crazy. A lot of them look pretty, but I just never cared to use them. And of course, when we got these rewards, I was already level 900, so I had all of them except the Royalty, which is the level 1000 camo. So the level 1000 camo is the purpley gold, which you will see me use often. And the thing is, I don't actually like it as much as I like the level 600 camo, but I use it because I'm level 1000. That's just something you do. Even if you don't like something, if you can show it off, you pretty much always use it. So I do use it quite often. A lot of times I see people pick up my gun just to expect it because they like don't see that camo often. Of course, there's only a handful of level 1000s in the game, so you just don't get to see the camo very much. So they want to see the camo, they always pick it up. And that's something you'll notice if you have this camo, people always just pick up your gun. They don't even care what gun it is, they'll just pick it up. So I find that kind of amusing. And then the other ones are pretty good. Of course, level 600 is my absolute favorite, a blue and black color, and of course they all shimmer very nicely and they all kind of move. You very barely see it when you're playing, but like when you're loading up or something and you just stare at the camo, you can watch it moving on the gun, which is just amazing. They did a really good job with this. And even though we only got camos, which I was kind of disappointed about, I was hoping the Iron Curtain 2 would be specific to Master Prestiges, I still love what they did, and it is still gorgeous, and I really do love them. So after seeing gameplay, you guys may change your mind. Maybe you didn't want Master Prestige because the rewards were just camos, and maybe you're seeing the camos now like, man, those are worth it. Because at the end of the day, of course, they are just camos, but they are all very gorgeous, and I actually can't get over how gorgeous they are, and I use them on every gun. Even though I have Chrome, I have Diamond, everything like that, I always just use Master Prestige ones. So something like camos, uniforms and stuff, and just the overall aspect of grinding the game is worth it to you guys, then yes, Master Prestiging is 100% worth it. And also you get a new class slot every like Prestige, so if you're Prestiging anyway, you may as well go to 10th, and if you go to 10th, you're just going to hit Master Prestige. That's just how the game goes. So the Master Prestige awards were not really an incentive to grind, they were just a bonus for if you do grind. The incentive to grind kind of has to be within you. You have to have the incentive in your mind. You have to say, I'm going to grind because of this. Maybe you want levels, maybe you want leaderboards, maybe you just want to be Master Prestige because you've never been it before. There's so many reasons to go for Master Prestige, and these camos, these uniforms, they're all a bonus to it. They are not something that drives you towards them. However, when you do hit Master Prestige, if you do like camos that are coming up, you will have more of a drive to hit that next like level. So say you really want the blue and black camo and you're level 500, you're going to go hard for that level 600 just for this camo. And that's kind of how I think they should be. I don't think they should make everyone go for Master Prestige. I think they should just be a reason that when you hit Master Prestige, you get excited towards the next X amount of levels. You get excited to see them, but you're not Master Prestiging just for these, because at the end of the day, they are not worth it. If you guys don't want to lose your classes, don't want to lose your weapons, don't want to lose your basic trainings, there is just no reason to Prestige. If you guys are fine having like X amount of classes rather than a higher number, that is 100% fine, and I would never bash anyone for choosing not to Prestige in this game. But those are all the Master Prestige awards, guys. I know it's really not that many. I think we do really need more, honestly, because at this rate, like grinding in this game is hard, and I think people really deserve it when they hit higher levels. So I think we should have a little bit more awards, but that is just my opinion, guys. At the end of the day, most of these videos are all based on my opinion. I get that my opinion may differ from yours, and you guys totally have the right to have your own opinion. I have my own, and I just choose to share it with you guys. So please share yours with me down below in the comments or on Twitter. I really do appreciate hearing your guys' feedback. That's today's video, though, you guys. Hit subscribe for more Call of Duty World War II content and Black Ops 4 beta content and Black Ops 4 regular content in the near future, guys. But without further ado, I am signing off. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. This has been TL13 with Call of Duty World War II, saying peace out.